The theme of the video now is the accusation that Lucas Paqueta is involved in sports betting. Serious accusation. What was an investigation became a formal accusation, and the case is so serious that it could end in banishment. Let's go. At the beginning of the season that is now ending, that is, in the middle of 2023, Lucas Paqueta's transfer was practically on the way to Manchester City. Until, one morning, here in Brazil, the news came that City had given up of the negotiation abruptly, and that the reason for this would be Paqueta being investigated by the Football Association in possible cases of his involvement in sports betting. At first, it was just the announcement of investigations involving Lucas Paqueta, and these investigations blocked his transfer to Manchester City. At first, they prevented him from being called up for the Brazilian team. Throughout 2023, during the entire period in which the Brazilian team was led by Fernando Diniz, Paqueta was not called up because of this. But these investigations did not keep Paqueta away from his daily life, both training and playing for his club, West Ham. Almost a year later, approximately 10 months, what was an investigation became a formal accusation. This is important to say. Paqueta is not condemned. Paqueta was accused. What was an investigation became an accusation, and this will now be judged within the Football Association environment. What is Paqueta formally accused of? Of 6 violations of the regulation that prohibits people who are part of English football from having any type of relationship with betting or bookmakers. These 6 charges consist of 2 charges of Paqueta having hindered or not cooperating with the investigations and 4 charges of having forced yellow cards in games, both in the final stretch of the last Premier League and at the beginning of the current Premier League, over his cell phones with full access since the beginning of the investigation to collaborate. These are less serious charges. The 4 accusations of intentionally receiving a yellow card to influence the betting market are 4 very serious, very complicated, and very serious accusations. Some United Kingdom newspaper in Manchester brought up in the best football in the world that the regulation that provides for the prohibition of members of English football from any division and any area, whether player, coach, member of technical committee, or manager, has 6 levels of punishment. Level 1, the least serious, would be if an English football player made a bet on a game in the Chinese Championship or the Brazilian Championship. That is, he has no connection with these leagues and makes a recreational bet. It cannot be, but this type of involvement would be considered minimally serious. The charges against Paqueta are serious at level 6. The 4 cases of yellow cards that Paqueta is formally accused of are situations of gravity 6, the most serious infractions possible. The situation is very complicated for Paqueta, who made this statement on his social media, claiming to be innocent and stating that he will seek his defense. The situation is very complicated. To give you a degree of comparison, player Kynan Isaac, from Stratford Town, in 2021, had a conviction for something serious like Paqueta and was suspended for 10 years. Paqueta is being accused of 4 violations of this level. Kynan Isaac was charged with 1 and convicted, receiving a 10-year suspension. Paqueta is being accused in 4 cases. Of course, the entire trial process will take place. Paqueta has the right to full defense. He already has an English law firm defending him from the beginning. Paqueta will still be judged. He can be acquitted or convicted. Among people who follow the case, there is fear that Paqueta could face a ban, that is, be banned from football. This is not ruled out. I repeat, it is not a conviction yet. The trial will take place, but the case is serious, complicated, and could have very severe repercussions for Lucas Paqueta. We are talking about a possible suspension that could impact not only his career in English football, but also his trajectory in the Brazilian national team and even in other clubs around the world. The accusations, if proven, could result in penalties ranging from a temporary suspension to a permanent ban, which would be a devastating blow for a young and promising player like him. We will follow the case closely and keep you updated with all the news. It is important to remember that everyone has the right to a fair defense, and Paqueta has already hired a specialized law firm to represent him. He maintains his innocence and is willing to cooperate fully with the investigation to prove it. Until the trial takes place and a verdict is given, it is crucial that we do not jump to conclusions. Now, I want to know your opinion. What do you think about this situation? Do you think Paqueta will be able to defend himself against the accusations? How do you think this will impact his career? Leave your comment below. Let's discuss this topic together. Don't forget to like, Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Share this video with your friends and groups on WhatsApp and Telegram so that more people can follow this important case.